Working? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And I will also like to share my screen. Okay. 1 second. Let's see. Is it fine still? Yes. Huh? Okay. So yeah. So welcome to this first CPRON meeting. I'm going to go to the agenda. So it would be good if we can have first of all a short round of introduction, so we all know who is here, and then we will also like to explain you what is CPRON about. Joan Promer will do a short description of what we understand as circular procurement, so that we are all on the same page. Then we will also explain what are the aims of CPRON and how can you benefit from this initiative. But we also would like to hear your interest in terms of circular public procurement and what are your needs and priorities. And then finally, we will go through the calendar of planning activities. So maybe I will start with the introductions round. So my name is Nuria Casas and I work at ACR Plus. I'm a project manager and working on the topic on public procurement. So maybe Francesco, if you want to continue, please.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you all for coming. We are trying to set the first stone of a community of practices, which is the best way to introduce ACR Plus work. So I'm Francesco Limbo, Deputy Secretary General from ACR Plus, and together with Joan, Lisanne, and Nuria, this is a bit an attempt of having a very stakeholders-led and objective finalized community of practice on circular procurement. And we are here to hear your voice and your expectation about such an initiative.
Yeah, then maybe Joan.
Yeah, hi, Johan Brummel, Rijkswaterstaat. That's the executive agency of the Dutch Ministry concerned with the implementation of circular economy. I'm an international circular economy advisor, facilitating circular economy outside of our country, because the impact that we need and expect from circular economy is not covered by our very small country in the Netherlands. And one of the things I do is help set up international initiatives and projects, and CPRON is one of them.
Each one take the floor, then calls for the next person.
Okay, then it's Lisanne next.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Lisanne van het Hof. I am a direct colleague of Johan, working at Rijkswaterstaat. I work in different circular procurement projects. I've been involved in the Interreg ProCirc project, and right now in CPRON. I'm also in buyer groups for circular textiles. I'll give the word to Stephen.
Thank you. I'm Stephen Menzies. I work for Zero Waste Scotland. Our organisation is primarily focused on furthering the circular economy within Scotland, and my personal interest is circular procurement activity and trying to encourage more circular procurement, mostly in the public sector in Scotland through government contracts, but also linking with other colleagues within Zero Waste Scotland who also are interested in the private sector element, so the commercial activity within Scotland. I would pass on to someone else, but unfortunately I can't see any names on the screen because of the fact that I'm working a very small screen this morning, so I will need someone to step forward.
Okay, maybe I can. Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Please go. Okay,
all right.
So I'm Paula. I'm from a research institute within the Portuguese Ministry of Environment and Energy. Yes, I work in sustainable procurement for some decades. My main interest is to mainstream circular procurement in Portugal, and one of the ways that people are really asking for is through communities of practice. So I think nowadays everyone talk and try to put forward circular economy, and I think that the circular procurement would be very helpful to do that. Thank you.
Let me just quickly interrupt to welcome Giulia Tambato from Regione Veneto. Giulia, you didn't lose too much. We were just at the roundtable of introductions.
Okay, don't worry. I here only to listen what you say.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm a buyer manager of Veneto region, and I'm interested in green procurement, especially.
Thank you very much. So we interrupted the chain, so let me call Clyde.
So, good morning, everyone, and thanks for this meeting. I'm Clyde Falson from the Environmental Resources Authority in Malta. I'm a team manager in operations, where a lot of our daily job involves procurement, from call for quotations to tenders. And we were interested in joining this meeting in order to share experiences and learn from others with respect to circular procurement.
Okay, thank you, Clyde. Maybe Virginia?
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Virginia Ferrer-Vidal. I am technician of the Environmental Qualification Service of the Directorate General of Climate Change. And I'm working with María José Sarrias, ISCUIS. María José Sarrias is responsible for the Environmental Qualification Service. And we are working in the Green Public Procurement Action Plan of Catalonia, that aims to systematize and specify the actions that the government of Catalonia, the Generalitat, carries out in the field of green public procurement. And we have several objectives in the plan. And our interest today is to learn about other initiatives, or to learn about this initiative in circular public procurement. And we are here to inform us with attention.
Okay, thank you, Gina. Thanks. Maybe Angel?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Angel Jäger. I work for the Cities Northern Netherlands EU office. We're an office based in Brussels, representing 4 cities from the Northern Netherlands: Assen, Emmen, Leeuwarden, and Groningen. And yeah, some of our cities are one of our cities is quite advanced, actually already on circular public procurement, but some others are not. So I'm a bit here to explore and listen to the upcoming opportunities, and especially capacity building, I think, would be very interesting for us on this topic.
Okay, thank you. And then Janti, please.
Yeah, hi. I'm Janti van der Laan. I work at the Association Circular Friesland in the northern of the Netherlands, in the province of Friesland. Last week, 2 colleagues of mine were at the World Circular Economic Forum, and they learned about this meeting. We are at the moment in a program for the municipalities and the governments in Friesland to help them to stipulate circular procurement. And I think it's very interesting to learn about how it's done in other regions, other countries. So yeah, I want to learn from all of you, and maybe we can share some of our experience with the rest of you. So I'm curious what's next. And thanks for the invitation.
Thanks, Janti. Thanks. So I think Joanna also joined us the meeting. We were just doing a round of introductions. If you want to introduce yourself, Joanna. Thank you for joining us. don't know if he hears. Hi, Joanna. Hello, we cannot hear you. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, we are.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Lovely to be on the call. My name is Joanne Rourke. I'm based in Dublin City Council and I work in the Regional Waste Management Planning Office. So we implement the waste plan for Ireland basically, and the circular procurement, of course, is incredibly important in terms of advancing a circular economy in Ireland. But like many important things, there are lots of barriers there in terms of procurement rules and just people being unsure of what to do. Last year, myself and our Climate Action Office in Dublin City Council put together or helped develop, I should say, we actually got consultants to put it together, a training course for local authority staff in green public procurement, just to try and advance it, because we are finding that it's just really hard to get people to use it, and it's really hard to get people to understand it. I think a lot of the reason is people are scared around procurement anyway. I know I am. I'm always going, oh, have I done it right? And well, have I done anything wrong that's going to come back against me? So I think it's just about building confidence and training people.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joanna. We look forward to hear more about this training. Thanks. Okay, so now, so we continue with the presentation. So yeah, so what is CPRON? So we define CPRON as the one-stop shop for circular procurement. So we aim to create a hub that can gather different key resources for circular procurement. So what we realize is that there are different project outcomes, for example, or different material available, but it's spread. So what we aim to do with this with CPRON is to gather all this material in one single platform that we can all have access, but also we want to bring together different initiatives that are ongoing on the topic of circular procurement and share knowledge among all the community. Another point is there's a community of people working on circular procurement that exchanging insights, experience, and expertise. So what we want to do also is to connect people and so to collaborate among each other, to create opportunities for collaboration and also exchanging knowledge, sharing best practices, lessons learned, but also the things that did not work so that we can all learn from each other. And then third point is to create a forum for discussion in a way that we can also provide advice to the European Commission or other institutions in terms of policy aspects. So this would be also an important point in the CPRON activities. So this initiative comes from the ProCirc project, in which we participated as partners together with Rijkswaterstaat. Also, Zero Waste Scotland is here. And I would like to now give the floor to Johan Brumel so that he can give a short explanation on how do we understand the concept of circular procurement and why it is important in this transition towards a circular economy. So the floor is yours, Johan.
Yeah, thank you, Nuria. I'll be very brief. First of all, I'd like to say it's very nice to have you in this meeting with different backgrounds and different concerns. I was just noting that Joanne said she's scared about procurement. And I think that's a common thing, that people are at least insecure, not always scared, but at least insecure on what they can and cannot do. And I think that's one of the reasons to share as much as possible the best practices and the insights that we all have. Circular procurement, circular economy, basically, and this is the Dutch view on things, right? So this is not an academic definition, but the way we see it, circular economy is a systemic way to positively impact climate and biodiversity and pollution, and if you want, social injustice. The reason to say it like this is that we don't see circular economy as a goal. It's a means to an end. There's no reason to be circular unless you can contribute to a better, more sustainable society and planet. So circular economy is influencing all partners in supply chains to develop, to innovate products, to develop business models in a way to use less virgin materials. It's about having less negative impact by being smarter with your resources and materials. That's more or less how we see circular economy. So less materials, better designed products, longer useful life, end-of-life recycling, all that instead of landfilling and incineration, that together will create the expected impact on climate. Going back to my introduction, this will not help if we do it only on a Dutch scale, because we are a very small country. So we need international take-up of circular economy. Now, if you more or less describe this as circular economy, again, there is no strict academic definition. There are over 200 definitions at the moment. But this is more or less what we want from circular economy. Then circular procurement, well, it's nothing more or less than using procurement as your policy instrument to facilitate, to stimulate circularity. So procurement as a policy instrument, spending your money in the way that it supports your ambitions. That's what the policy instrument should do. One of the most important ways of stimulating and accelerating circular procurement, as we found out in the last, I think, almost 15 years now, is sharing and learning, because a lot of this knowledge and insights that we have around circular procurement comes from practice, from experience, ours and others. So we all developed the new insights and experience in our networks. We set up projects, we engage in other projects to share best practices, to create capacity building tools, to also create practical tools and instruments. And one of the reasons to think of CPRON as a connecting network, as a hub maybe, is that we figured that everybody who wants to get engaged in circular procurement needs to have at least two things. One, connect to whatever has been done before, so the existing knowledge and insights as quickly as possible, so you can find everything, create like a body of knowledge. And second, connect to each other, because one of the most important ways of stimulating is sharing with each other. So if you want to set up a project, you need to know what has been done, and you need to find out who's working on similar cases at the moment in order to stimulate and accelerate circular procurement. So that was the reason to first think of CPRON as a circular procurement network, which also more or less sounds like chaperone, which is the positive and helping guidance that we all might need every now and then. So, well, basically, that's view on circular economy and how we started thinking about CPRON. I think I should leave it here, otherwise I can talk for the rest of the day, and that was not the purpose of this meeting tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Joan. Okay. So now we move to the three main objectives of CPRON, that it's facilitating the exchange of information, creating this body of knowledge, and provide policy insights. But first, I would like to mention that CIPRON is a growing community. Today we are here as the core group of the community, but we aim to expand it. So there will be also active members participating, and the rest of the community called CIPRON community. So it will depend a bit of how active you want to be, but today we will discuss about the activities that we are going to develop as core group. So we are here. So so the first aim is facilitate the exchange of information. So what does it mean? So we aim at having different online and in-person network meetings on the topics of the interest of the community. We also would like to have, we will have a mailing list so that we can exchange different questions that you might have, and this can be addressed for the rest of the participants. We can organize different trainings. We will have the opportunity to participate in international conferences. Here, we will come back to this later. Then we have also the possibility to be up to date on the upcoming events and activities connected to circular public procurement, and we will have also a monthly newsletter. This will be built with the different news that the community, so all of you will be able to add if you wish in the website that I will explain in a moment. So the second aim is to create this body of knowledge. So as we mentioned, there are different resources available, but they are all spread. So we aim to gather them in this hub. We aim to have different collection of good practices, but also on past projects on circular and green public procurement and ongoing projects, guidelines, studies, and other useful deliverables. We don't want to duplicate anything that it's existing. So what we want is to really bring together all the initiatives and activities that are ongoing on the topic. So we are working on the website at this moment. We aim to have it ready in around 1 month. For now, we were working on this repository of information where we are gathering different good practices, relevant projects and initiatives, different useful documents, and we are considering the possibility to include trainings and mocks. All of this will be filtered. We need to decide which topics are of interest of all of you. So it's so we are starting, but it can be shaped according to the needs of the community. And please, if you have any comment, just jump, or question, just stop me, because we can discuss them. So this would be for the repository and the website. And then the third aim is provide policy insights. So we will give access to the latest EU policy developments linked to the circular economy and procurement. So we also, because ACR Plus is based in Brussels, we are also following EU policy development. So we aim to share all these developments with the community. Then exchanges and useful sources, samples of regional circular procurement strategies for your regional and local policies, so that we can all exchange if there is a regional policy, or for example in Ireland, recently there was a national plan, so we can learn from each other and exchange all this information. And then also we aim to provide, if needed, advice to the European Commission and European institutions, recommendations for policy improvements. So today we are here to discuss about the activities of the core group. So first, here I would like to mention, yeah, how can you benefit of being part of this group? And we would like to define altogether what are the key working areas of the group. So for us, it's very important to get to know what are your needs and priorities, so that we can discuss them here all together. And then we also would like to engage CIPRON community members, so the rest of the community, so engaged in the CIPRON initiative, so that we don't work alone, but we also, yeah, as we said, no, we want to broaden, like to, I don't know, to connect with others and to engage others in this initiative, and then have a direct access to peers' expertise, so we can learn from the experience of everybody and define key topics to advise the European Commission and other relevant institutions. So what would you will need to do, let's say, to be part of this core group? So we aim at having 2 or 3 meetings a year, and the agenda of these meetings can be co-defined with you. Then we also would like to build that support on building the community, so that you can provide insights on your local challenges and good practices. And this can be done through a mailing list or direct bilateral exchanges, for instance. Then we also will organize different events, so you have the opportunity to participate and present your experiences, and this will be through workshops, thematic conferences, for example, the EU Green Week, the European Week of Regions and Cities. We also would like to collaborate at some stage with the Procura Plus conference. And then also we would like to organize a yearly conference. In this year, we applied for a partner event of the European Week of Regions and Cities, and this would be organized here in Brussels during the second week of October. So yes, and this is very important that all the activities that we organize here in CIPRON have a purpose. So we don't want just to organize meetings just to organize them, but they have a meaning. So we will give an opportunity to learn from experts and new institution representatives, through these, for example, international events where they can provide the insights, but also we can raise your needs and challenges, maybe to EU institutions or to exchange and learn from each other, so to solve, potentially solve these challenges that you face, and also pave the way for cooperation opportunities. We could organize potentially study visits, collaboration through projects, and so on. Francesco. Yes.
I would like just to add that CIPRON is not an EU-funded project. So what we are proposing, we are happy to have a relatively small group to start a discussion, and we are very happy that a good part of us already know each other, so there's already dialogue ongoing. So these commitments we are talking about, please take them with a pinch of salt. Let's talk about meaning of initiative. So when we define a steering committee, it is really a small group with an active and meaningful dialogue to steer a bit orientation and key topics to be faced during the early work program, or key questions to be made to the European Commission. Community building, what we call this mailing list, it's supposed to be really a flexible tool at your service, with even not that structured question that can flow to other members of the core group, because maybe they could be the ignition for a study visit, for exchanging some specific tendering documents. We really want to keep it informal and effective. The work officer plus as a secretariat will be to abstract the key topics of the dialogue ahead in the each couple of months, more or less, and sending back a newsletter to not only the core group but wider subscribers. So we will start soon with engagement of a wider community. When we talk about events, of course, we talk about EU level events, but we also talk about your events. We know that at regional and national level, there's plenty of meaningful conversations going on. So to make an example, in October, over than the partner event we applied for at the European Week of Cities and Regions, there will be an Interreg Europe Circular Mind Project conference. As soon as we have the agenda, we will understand how and where you, other core members of the CPRON initiative, might fit and be invited. I know that at a local event, there's a lot going on. I think in Veneto, there will be soon, in a couple of months, the Buy Green Forum that might be, we will see if Regione Veneto wants to invite some of the participants of this meeting. So the idea is really to co-define a bit today key objectives, and yes, I see a yes from Giulia D'Amato. The idea is to define key objectives and key activities to make it fitting, interesting, and matching also with your agenda and working plans. Sorry for the long interruption, Joan.
Yeah, I was just wondering, realizing actually the way we all introduced us, that this might be the point for a question to all of us. Nuria introduced this as the meeting of the core group, but some of you actually said, well, I'm here to learn and exchange best practices, which is the basic thought behind CPRON. But are you all willing, able to spend some time in, let's say, coordinating CPRON as a core group?
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I don't know if you want to open now or later another roundtable, because it is one of the topics to be discussed today.
Yes. Maybe we can just finish the presentation. I'll go to with some slides. I don't know if, yeah, maybe,
Okay.
and then we can come back to this question, John. It's okay for you? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, well, some of you filled in the survey that we shared, and these were some of the benefits and learnings that were interesting for you, such as the exchange of knowledge on circular public procurement practices, the share of good practices, participate in capacity building activities, be part of an international community, engage in the preparation of project proposals, be up to date about the latest EU developments in circular sustainable procurement. And there was another that it's added that was how to convince organization to embed circular procurement in to embed circular procurement within the organization. So so all of them, they were quite relevant for all of you. And then here we also ask you how can you positively contribute to the CPRON community, and we can also see that the most voted were the share of own experiences, participate in event organization, and perhaps a bit less propose topics of discussion and provide relevant CPP news in the community website, and then also quite voted exchange of information with other members. So yeah, this is really in line with what we were presenting before. And here we would also like to know from you what would like you to discuss within the community, what are your topics and but also needs and priorities in the field of circular procurement. So we prepared a poll. Just give me one moment that I will launch, where you can add, yeah, the question is what would you like to discuss with the other members of the community? So you can write, let me know if you see it. So you can write the topics that are relevant for you, and maybe we can
also specific examples of
Yeah.
learning needs or activities or good practice you want to share. Just be synthetic and go with the key answer.
Yeah, here in the screen there are some examples, but they are very general, and we would appreciate if you could specify a little bit more. We have more responses. Maybe we wait a little bit. Yeah. Now I see the update. Do you see the
Yes.
answers? So what do we have? For now we have exchange of experience, tools and methodologies, confidence within organizations, good practices, food, procurement process, building activities. Okay. Monitoring, in fact, yeah. Okay. Maybe does some of you would like to explain your choice, why you selected a specific topic? Yeah, Stephen, please.
Thanks, Nuria. Two things that I picked for me was the tools and methodologies for evaluating proposals. So within public procurement, as we all see, many different ways to achieve what we're doing. So the best tools and methodologies to be able to evaluate the proposals in the first instance, and following on from that, the measuring and monitoring of impact of those circular procurement activities that we pick, so that we can understand and start to show people this is how you decide the right solution for you, and this is how you will see the benefits, and this is how you measure the benefits, and start to build examples that others can use, because that's something we see certainly in Scotland, and I'm sure it's the same for many of our colleagues on the call, is it's very difficult to get people to do something unless they have some previous examples to build upon and use.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Stephen. Somebody also found this. Paula, yes, please.
Okay, I think from my point of view, it's also very important to try to get different tools for different specific conditions, like big municipalities, small municipalities, and tools that can address these differences. and also at regional level. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Somebody else wants to add something? No, I close the poll. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Is there any other contribution? Anybody wants to add something? Otherwise, we move. Yeah.
More just in general, I think
Yes.
what this little poll shows is that at least there's a need for what we're setting up in CPRO. And the important thing is to be sure that we find a way to keep on exchanging what's available or what we develop without, and that's, I think, something we well, we described it once, but we didn't say it yet. Without doubling anything, there's a lot already available, and we merely need to connect what's available. So if you're in Dublin and you want a training on circular procurement, first thing to do would be go to CPRO and see what's already available, instead of assigning somebody to develop something new. For instance, if you're in Portugal and you think, well, this is a very typical situation because it's just very small, you have very small municipalities in Portugal, I know. So would this tool that Rijkswaterstaat developed actually apply to this small municipality? That's something to, well, first you need to know that it's available, and then you need to know who to discuss it with. And that's something I get out of what we're doing today, what we think CPRO is about, but also from this poll, the different topics are more or less around exchange and share and knowing who's doing what's available where, and have these discussions. Sometimes big tools are actually quite applicable for small organizations, and other times they're not. But that's a discussion to have between professionals. So this is the peer-to-peer community then. So yeah, that would be my comment. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Joan. Yeah, this also helps us like to know what are your priorities and needs. It will help us also to gather the different materials for the repository, so to make accessible this information to you. But we keep in mind now the topic of the tools and monitoring as yeah, and also specifically also what Paula added on maybe for small and big municipalities and at the regional level, so we can yeah, take this on board. Yeah, and then let me check 1 second. Yeah, so basically well, there is this question.
Maybe we can
yeah,
widen up integrating Johan questions made before. So and this, let's keep it really as a conversation still. Can you go to the next slide? So even starting with local ongoing projects, activities, training, capacity building, real tender process, or events you're having at the local level, please feel free to elaborate with great honesty about what level of engagement and contribution are you looking for, or are you available to give to such a network. By one side, be aware that from SR Plus, with the support of Rijkswaterstaat, we will, in case, keep developing a repository as a body of knowledge. We will keep soliciting on sharing information and distributing information. We will keep proposing topics and relevant experts or EU decision makers to participate in informative meetings of the CPRO community. But we would like this to be stakeholder-led as soon as possible. So of course there is need a bit of time to break the ice, but let's start doing it the soonest. So any ongoing event or expectation or any will on activity you would like to be facilitated through the CPRON community, now that's the moment to start with some question, some dream, or some wish.
Do you want to exchange now any, for example, upcoming event that you are planning or initiative where you would like to invite the others? If not now, so what we are going to do, we are going to create a mailing list, so where we can start exchanging information. Yeah, we will we will inform you about how we are going to do this. But I also would like to go to this the calendar, what happens next. So for those that did not fill in the form, we will share it with you so that yeah, you can we can learn what are your priorities and your areas of work. So yeah, we are in the first online meeting, but then in few weeks, hopefully in 1 month, we will have the launch of the website. So we invite you to provide inputs. We will inform you also about this, and then we will have the online kickoff meeting in June. Please, we would like to ask you if you would like to contribute to this first online meeting, to let us know. So if you want to share good practices, or if you want to collaborate on the organization or any, just please get in touch with us. And then we aim to have a second online meeting around July, also to prepare for the on-site meeting in Brussels during the European Week of Regions and Cities. But also we aim also to organize another meeting in Budapest. So we will keep you informed also about the organization of this second meeting, on-site meeting in October. Yeah, so that's it. So now, yeah, as Joan asked you before, we would like to know if you would be interested to be part of the core group of CPRON. Yeah, we want to also stress that that there is a degree of flexibility. So we today we presented what we would like you to be engaged. But of course, it's not. It's really up to the capacities of and willingness of every organization to participate in the different activities. So so please, if you want to give your feedback, we would really like to hear from you. I don't know if we have to go one by one, but if somebody wants to start, please.
I can maybe start, but I will be very brief. I think it's very interesting what you're presenting, and it can be very useful. On my part, it's a bit hard to say if I can join the core group because I need to check with my cities. I miss the technical knowledge to really be active in it, but I will make sure to really transfer this information because I think it's super interesting and can be very valuable. So no.
Okay, that's great. Great to hear, Anja. Thank you. Maybe Stephen?
Yeah, thank you, Nuria. I would be delighted to be part of the core group. I think it's a massive opportunity, certainly for Zero Waste Scotland. I saw that previously when I joined Zero Waste Scotland midway through some of the previous activities. The wealth of knowledge from joining a group like this, it improved my capability and my capacity immensely, and as an organisation it moved us forward dramatically as well. So definitely keen to get as much out of this as possible by participating where we can.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you. Then Janti?
Yeah, I think for us in Friesland, in the Netherlands, it's also very interesting to join, to participate. I don't know if I will be the one who will be active, or a new colleague that just started at the 1st of April, who's going to lead the project about circular procurement with the Frisian governments. So we have to see who has the most time available for something like this. But I think for us it's very interesting to learn from other regions, countries, especially what about Spain, the small municipalities and big municipalities. In Friesland we have also a very wide range of type of municipalities. So I would like to know and learn more about how it's done in other regions. So I think for us it's very interesting. So we will, we will join, I think.
Okay, good to hear. Thank you. Clyde?
It's what was presented today is very interesting for us in order to learn from each other and share experiences. Very good idea to participate from our end, and in order to contribute to the community, in order to answer the questions that were presented later in the presentation. We do not have any events at the moment, but as a suggestion for events, I think would be the organization of a workshop on a certain topic related to what was discussed today, in order to learn from each other and continue this cycle that is being started during this meeting.
Perfect. Thank you. Then Paula?
Thank you. I'm definitely interested in being part of the core group. I think there is for me, it's very, and for my organization, it's very interesting, because I think it's very easy to align our activities with the CPRON, and to get an added value for those activities. And I think it's I can align also the time needed to be part of the core group. Thank you.
Thanks, Paula. Thank you. Joanna?
Hi, thank you. I think it's an incredibly important area, and it's just so essential that we do get moving on it. I think the project, the CPRON, is very, very practical, and I think that's what we need to get people actually moving on GPP. And I'm very happy to be part of the steering group.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we only miss Virginia. I don't know if you want to say something.
Yes, I think it's very interesting. Because of the application, I'm sorry. For all the application, it can have also at the municipal level. I think we have to process all this information with a responsible and with the team. But apparently it's a very attractive project, and it can be a very good learning experience.
Thank you. Thank you. And I was forgetting Julia, I'm sorry. Are you here with us?
Yes, hello.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, even I am very interested in this project. I don't know in the way in I can participate in the future, but I try to be present in me or my colleague, and I inform you the way, but I share my experience with the core group.
And Julia, considering that you have directly an event soon in your calendar, I don't know if you want to give some more information about it.
Yes, I have. We have an event on June, but at this moment I don't know if we will find a slot for this new project, and I don't know if you think the our event in June.
They told me I got from colleague information some about the Green Forum. So.
And do you want to speak about this project at the GPP Forum?
Maybe we can. I realize it's a bit too early now. Maybe we can have a quick bilateral discussion to see the rest of the agenda, and if we are still in time to integrate an international representative panel, we can see Facial Plus, or we can extend the invitation of some of the colleagues present here.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I also see that Paula wrote that you would need an invitation by email to be part of CPRON. Yeah, we are going to provide this to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so is there any question left? Because otherwise, I think we are finished. So for as the next step, so we will create the distribution list. Maybe we will include also the outcomes of this meeting we had today, and also the next steps. How can we proceed, and also to prepare for the kickoff meeting. But you will hear from us. So yeah, big thank you.
Sure, we will write you soon with formalizing somehow the participation to the CPRON community. We will also see from a dissemination point of view, logo for the website, contacts, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And the immediate next step, we will be back to you to collect information and availability to participate to an online kickoff meeting in June that will be more extended to whoever. So we will call you mostly as testimonials in this case, and but we still have to work on the agenda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, we will share the slides.
Yes. Yes, we'll share the slides. Yeah, something else? No, I think that's all then. Lisanna, maybe you want to say something.
Thank you, Nuria. No, it was great to have this meeting and to meet you all. Some of you I know, but a large part of you I don't know yet. So I'm looking forward to exchange more. And I already thought, oh, maybe on the organizational change question, I was immediately thinking about this ProCirc experience, for example. So I think there are so many things that we can exchange. So yeah, I'm looking forward to work together.
Great, thank you. Okay, so yeah, thanks to all of you for being with us today, and for sure you will hear from us very soon. So have a good day and rest of the week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Nuria.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.